I made it. You made it. We're all here. Money Making Monday. Woohoo! Here we go. How's it going, guys? Yep. Okay, so right now I'm just quickly going to share the link to all who care to join. Let me see. Thank you. Hi guys. So here we are. I just quickly shared the link to people, so you guys should be here. The book I said we are going to be reviewing today. Oh goodness, like I said, I also like this journey that I'm going with you guys. I'm also going to be going on it with you. Hi, I see someone has joined. I'm just always so excited to see someone is here. Please, can you like talk about yourself or say hi in the comments so I can see you? Do you mind saying, oh, like, oh, I guess the person is gone. All right, never mind. We'll be fine. So today is money making Sunday. And The Art of Making Money is the book we're reviewing today. The Art of Making Money by P.T. Barnum. I always think that oh, somebody is here again. I don't know why, but oh, two people are here. Hi, who are you guys? Like, let's like say your name or say something in the comments. I know you're here. YouTube live, here we are. Okay. So I'm going to try to make this as interactive as possible. I'd like you guys to, like I said, say your name in the comments, ask your questions. If you've read the book, feel free to state your comments in the comment section. If you haven't read the book, but you do have like how will I put it, like suggestions, like things, is it suggestion or things? What am I saying? Like you have ideas about how we can all make more money, because this is 2020, baby. So the art of making money, and today's Monday. It's good that we're discussing this on a Monday. All right, the people that came live, one is no more here. Oh, back. Can you state your names? The comment is the box. You should see like a chat. So just state your name so I can acknowledge you and then like say hi to you. Okay. While I'm waiting for that to come, our book review today is titled The Art of Money Getting. By P.T. Barnum. How many of us know who P.T. Barnum is? Well, I never really knew about him until I read, until I watched the movie, what's that movie? The Greatest Showman. So that guy was like really into like entertainment, but he was also a great businessman. He was also very good with like entertainment and things like that. So, yeah. These two people are not gonna tell me their names. Are you guys like, come on, say something, please. I'll just go ahead. So spending less than you earn is the easiest way to make more money. You spend less than you earn. So he stated a story in his book about two people that earn the same money, but at the end you find out that one of them seems better off than the other one, or seems to be like getting ahead or doing things more than the other one. And that's simply because one of them is actually spending less than he earns or she earns. So that's it. So he said one of the easiest ways to make money is like spend less than you earn. So, oh god, this is not going the way I imagined. Can you guys type in the comments? I really like want you like say something like okay, you follow, or you're with me, or okay, we have somebody new joining. I know this is a new interface I'm using now, but let's still make it fun. Hi, Barrister Rose. Always good to see you. Great to have you. Who are the other two people? I have like two other people here, but I'd love to know who they are. So yeah, Money Making Monday. First lesson, he said, spend less than you earn. Spend less than you earn. So I at that point, I'd like to just say a story of myself. Like I was posted to Kebbi State. Udeme Obong Utuk. Hi. Oh my god. Thank you. This is new. Hi. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. So Udeme, do you want to share like one of your tips for making money? I'm going to talk about the book. Barrister Rose, you too. Tell us like one of your tips for making money, and we're just all just gonna have a good time, because this is 2020 and things are changing. The world is changing as we know it. So definitely we need to share tips on how to make money. I'm going to actually go into it. This is just like an introduction, right? So I'm gonna go into more details. But I just wanted to like bounce ideas and sound check with you guys. But really, I want to also start by saying thank you for joining me today. Yeah, this is also new territory for me, so it's kind of encouraging to see you guys out here today. This is so much love. Okay, so first thing, spend less than you earn. So I wanted to tell a story about myself. I was serving in Kebbi State in Aliero, in a village there. And my salary was 5,000 naira. And I don't know, well, if Udem, I don't know where you live, or I mean, like, if you've ever been in Nigeria, you know that 5,000 naira is not a lot of money. But thankfully, I was in the village. So, and in the village, how will I say it? Cost of living is low, right? Because you go to the market with like 50 naira and you can get yourself something to cook, right? Like I went to buy meat in that village and then I saw one boy bring like 5 naira or 7 naira, like money I've not seen before, and then they gave him like, well, it wasn't a big bag of meat, but they gave him like pieces of meat he could actually cook. So yeah, it was, of course, maybe they gave the boy more special treatment than me, than a stranger. But I'm just saying, 5,000 naira every month. And first thing I did was I drew up a budget, and I had a goal. At the end of my NYSC, I wanted to have 50,000 naira. How was I going to save 50,000 naira? That means like that meant if I earn 5,000 naira a month and I'm going to be in NYSC for 12 months, right? But okay, of course, 5,000 naira was my salary, but the government was actually giving me like, I've forgotten how much it was, like maybe 7,000 naira. Okay, so it wasn't 5,000 that was my total income for the month. So I got from the government, I think 7,000 naira. Then can't remember how much the government. Well, the government was giving something. So okay, so that meant I'd be making, let's just say I was making 12,000 a month, and I wanted to save 50,000. But believe you me, to cut the long story short, with all my planning and all my budgeting, I was able to save 50,000. I was able to hit my goal. So it wasn't how much I earned, but was spending less than you earn. And that was what one of the things that P.T. Barnum said. So it doesn't matter what you earn. It's trying to live below so that you have something over, something is left. But he also said it's not about saving the pennies. Penny wise, pound foolish. Sometimes we are battling for a penny. Like a penny is something we want to save or struggle or haggle. I have a friend. And he's an accountant, so maybe it comes with the territory. This guy over here in Canada, we pay bank charges. So every month the bank charges you about $5 for opening your account, like services for your account. So he said he doesn't want to pay that 5,000. So he called his bank and they told him that if he did a $1,000 investment with them, that means you lock away $1,000. You don't get to pay that $5 every month. He's the one that told me, and I also did it. But this guy, he earns so much. He's an accountant. He's a senior accountant, so it's not like he's broke or anything. But he was pained over $5 I was taking from his account every month. But I'm not saying that's, but to me, I feel that's an example of penny wise, like trying to save our pennies as much as we can. No, I also do it since I'm guilty of that, like trying to save the pennies. But the guy said, stop trying to save the pennies and save the pounds. So he made an example. Some people will not invest in buying books that will enlighten them, or invest in like going to a seminar that will improve their life. They would rather save when it comes to something that can improve them, or when it comes to something that can move them to a higher place or make them better. So he said, don't save on that, because when you save on that, you're going to lose the money you would have made from that investment you would have made in yourself. Can I get someone talking in the comments? Does this make any sense? Like saving, can you give me an example of saving pennies instead of saving pounds? An example, while I wait for your comments, an example would be mine. Like I used to follow this lady on YouTube. Her name is, she's in Italy, but she looks like a Black American. But she's in Italy and she's a vocal coach. And I sing, of course, I'm in the music industry. So she sings, and I've been following her. Like whenever she releases new material, she'll be like, this is a tip for you. Or she's training someone and she's putting it live and she's making people learn. So I was like, wow, how could I get this lady to train me, right? I had that in mind. And then I even messaged her. I was like, how could you train, how can you train people? And I saw people saying things like that because she was really, really good at what she was doing. And guess what? She opened up an online training. So when she opened up this online training, it cost money. It cost like 200 and like a lot of money, over $200, like a lot, 200 plus, because it was in US dollars, right? So when I convert it to my money, it's 200 plus. When I'm in Canada, so Canadian dollars are, of course, are not as high as US dollars. So she was charging US dollars, and I'm like, hey, this is a lot of money. Hey, I'm saving my money. I'm not here to spend my money. But guess what? I was speaking to, my husband was like, but you said you like this lady, and you said you follow her, right? And so why are you not investing in that, right? I told him, do you know what I told him? I told him, I've learned under Shirley Kristen, which is a very renowned vocal coach in the US. I've studied under the guy oh, I've forgotten his name just now, it just slipped my mind, but he's a very prominent vocal coach in LA right now, and he does for most of the artists. I've studied under him. I've also studied under there's a couple, a Christian couple, they're an elderly couple, and even though they are so old, their voices are so good, and so people are always like amazed at them. So I've studied under that couple, that husband and wife. So I've studied under lots of teachers. So like, yeah, I'm good. I can just watch the free one she does on YouTube. But my husband was like, go for it, girl, and stop trying to save when this is an investment for you. So I was like, reluctantly, I'm like, took me a while, but I registered, right? Guess what? Just joining her class, my vocal dexterity, it like relaunched into a new level. Like, so I have been learning from all these teachers, but this particular teacher, maybe because I learned from those teachers at different times in the past. Like my first vocal coach I got when I was, like several years ago when I was still very upcoming and young. So I'm just saying that, so learning from her recently, I'm talking about something of like 2 months ago, learning from her again recently, like really like catapulted my singing into like the next level. So it was an investment. We are talking about the art of making money. Please guys, can you guys say something in the comments? I want to know you guys feel me and you guys are with me on this. Yeah, so don't save the pennies, or don't save the pennies, but don't be penny wise pound foolish. Don't save pennies. Instead of investing in things that can improve us or that can move us to the place we want to be, or move us towards our goals and towards our dreams. All right, so I want questions and feedback. My goodness, can this be more interactive? Help me, please. Send a comment, say something. Oh wow. Okay. Then he said something about vanity and about envy that also makes people broke. I watched something about, do you know a guy, a musician called, this guy that did Too Legit to Quit? What is his name? MC Hammer. That guy was so rich, but guess what he did? He bought things that he became broke, He became broke because he was just buying things that were not relevant. He had a golden toilet. Like, who has a golden toilet? One lady said, my butt does not know the difference between, excuse my French, does not know the difference between what it's sitting on. Must it be golden? Then in this book, let me go back to the book because, of course, we're taking notes from the book. P.T. Barnum said he had a friend who made money. When he made money, his wife said she wanted a $30,000 sofa. $30,000 sofa. Sofa. Like the one I have behind me here. She wanted a $30,000 sofa. He got it for her. And then next thing, she said, oh, the side tables and the center table and the pieces, they don't match. She needs to buy pieces that match that main $30,000 sofa. Okay, the guy bought it. By the time they finished the assemblage, or the assembly of all the artifacts and pieces that will complement this $30,000 sofa, the wife told the man, the house is not big enough to fit this assembly, to fit the whole pieces. So then we have to get a bigger house. So it all started from a $30,000 sofa, and the guy had to get all this and all that and all this, and eventually a new house just to fit the sofa. So yeah, and yesterday I was talking about like the car I wanted to get. Also, avoid debt. That's another way to get money. You get money by avoiding debt. I have a friend who told me that he works in an, I don't know, is it like a company that loans money for people who want to buy houses over here. Avoid debt. Thank you, barristers. Are you the only one here speaking? Everybody else, come on, say something. Okay, even don't say anything. Just give me a wave or just hi or something. Thank you, barristers. Thank you. So I have a friend who works in like an investment company or something like that. They help people to acquire houses. Now, he said, anyone that gets the house, okay, you know how people get houses here in North America? We don't get houses like people get in Nigeria where you build the foundation. Or here you can build your house, right? But there's facility, right? You can actually, which is good. It's supposed to be good. But sometimes it keeps you in debt, and debt is not good. So you go to the government, you go to the bank. If you have you talked about location? No, can you talk about it? Can you make a chat comment about location? Please talk about location. You did get the book. Yes, so I'd like you to speak about it. Like, give us a paragraph or something that I'm going to read out. Okay, so I want to talk about debt. Debt is something that we should avoid. It looks good. Actually, they're always talking about credit score. We need to. I have debt too, because I just called my phone company. Do you know why I called my phone company? On Instagram, I saw my friend take a picture. It was so good. Then she also did like a recording underwater where she was swimming. I'm like, girl, this is so nice. And then she and then I messaged her. I'm like, hey girl, what did you use to take this footage? I really like it. And she's like, oh, I used the iPhone 11 Pro Max. I was like, So I just, shelved that information in one corner of my brain. And then on WhatsApp status, I saw another of my friends looking so fly. I was like, whoa, girl, what kind of camera did you use for this? She said, oh, iPhone 11 Pro Max. I'm not doing an advert for them. They're not sponsoring this video in any way. But I was like, oh my goodness, maybe I should get one. So I called my phone company. Can I upgrade my phone to an iPhone 11 Pro Max? What would that entail and all that? Like, give me the breakdown. First of all, they told me on this current phone right now, I have an iPhone. What is this iPhone? I don't know. It's an older iPhone. What is this? iPhone 7 or 8 or something. I don't know what iPhone this is. This is a much older one. So they said on this iPhone you are using, you're still owing us like $250 because I pay monthly, right? So it's not like it was overdue. I'm paying monthly for it. So I signed a contract of 2 years. So I do have debt. But if you take a house debt, that's on a different league. That's on a different level. So maybe the house is like $500,000 and then you're paying monthly. So you pay for the next 25 years. So like this phone, I'm paying monthly, but I'm paying for 2 years, right? So in 2 years, I'm supposed to be done paying for it. So it's not yet, this phone is not yet 2 years, and I'm thinking of changing it because I want to get better footage, better pictures, better camera, make me pop in. Anyways, so they tell me that we shouldn't commence business. Thank you for this comment. Thank you. We shouldn't commence business where there. Come on, chat. Oh my goodness. Where did the chat go? Chat. Yep, thank you. We shouldn't commence business where there are enough providers to meet all demands in the same occupation. Do you mind expatiating? Because I know Barrister Rose is a lawyer, so there are like some terms that we might need explanation on. Yeah, but thank you for that. So I was talking about the iPhone. So I said getting an iPhone, they said first of all you have to pay off the $250 you currently owe us on the current iPhone you have, and then you have to pay like a down payment of like $300 to get. It's a down payment. I'm not paying for the whole phone. Maybe the whole phone is like $1,700. So you have to pay a down payment of like $300, and then you have to be paying $100 monthly for the next 2 years for this iPhone 11 Pro Max. For me, right now, I'm paying maybe $70 every month for my phone and the data and the calls, everything. So imagine I have to upgrade to 100 every month, plus 500 and something dollars I have to put down just so I can get a better camera image, which is a good investment. I think, thinking about it now that I'm saying it out loud, I think it would be a good investment for you guys to have a better camera video of me. But for now, I think the most important thing is getting the message across, and it's important to start. And I will get a better camera, right? But I'm just saying it's not something we have to put ourselves under undue pressure just to keep up. Just to keep up. We always do that. I always do that. I do that. So avoid debt. Avoid debt as much as we can. I have a good friend, Pastor Joy. She just announced that she's debt free. She paid off all her student loan, paid off all. So let's not avoid debt as much as we can. As much as we can, avoid debt. Who else is here? Oh gosh, I really want to know who else is here watching. You guys say hi. And let me acknowledge you guys. I know you're here as well. So, yes. And let me talk about location. How to make money, location. Now, so if you avoid debt, you've already saved yourself money, because when your debt piles on is interest. I was mentioning about a friend of mine that works in an investment segment or an investment sector. He told me that anybody that buys a house without putting 20% of the money down is just working for the bank. If you buy a house and you don't put 20% down, you're working for the bank. Do you know why? Because when you put 5% down, because the minimum is 5% down. So let's say your house is $500,000. You put 5%. How much is 5%? So 10% is 50. So you just put $25,000 and then you can move into the house. So the house is worth 500,000, but you pay, what did I just calculate now? What do I calculate now? You pay 25,000, then you move into the house. When you move into the house, you now start paying monthly for the rest of the money. Then they'll prorate your mortgage for how many years, right? So this investment guy gave me a tip, a secret. He said, anybody that doesn't put 20% down is just working for the bank. How is this true? Now, if you put 5% down, there is an extra charge you're going to be charged, which is called interest insurance. It's an insurance that they take because you didn't put enough down. So in case you default, there's an insurance so that money is not lost, something like that. They're insuring your debt. But if you put 20% down, you don't need to insure the debt. Now that insurance debt is so high, or that interest insurance. So when you pay every month, you're paying like 70% to that insurance or that interest, and 30% to your capital. So yep, so that guy told me, if you don't pay 20% down, you're just working for the bank. Because that extra money you're paying is going to be so much more. Avoid debt. I think I've flogged that one enough. So let's talk about, let me see something else in this. Before I go on, I don't like monologues. I'd like to hear you guys speak. Who are the other two people here, please? I'd like you to say something in the chat section. Say hi, and let me also say hi back to you. This is so wonderful. Well, I'm also going to talk about maybe me, how I made money. When I was in Unilag, I made money by selling jewelry. I sold earrings in Unilag and blouses. Yeah, I sold those too. So what I did was, money that is supposed to be my pocket money, instead of using it, I would invest that. I would go to the market and buy jewelry with all that money and sell. So as I sell, I'll keep the cost of the jewelry and the profit is mine, so that I could go back to the market, right? So that was what I was doing. So even though I didn't make a huge profit, but I was always buoyant because I invested my money in something. So I'm going to also use scripture too, because anything we do, it has to be based on the word of God, right? So there's something that I got to know very early that really helped me. It's in Genesis. It was a message by Miles Monroe. He said, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and have dominion. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and have dominion. So the first thing is to have a fruit. What is your fruit? What is something that you have that the world needs? A fruit, a fruit, a fruit. You have to be fruitful. It's in you to be fruitful. When you have that fruit, how can you multiply it? So when Miles Monroe was preaching that message, he said something like, the fruit could be fufu. The man is so funny. Maybe because he was preaching in Canaan land, he was preaching in Bishop Oyedepo's church. He said, let's say your product, your fruit is fufu. Now, how can you multiply that fufu to a lot of people? How can you make it multiply? And then, how can you replenish so that if once that one is done, you have a system, a machinery in place that keeps replenishing this multiplication process. And then the last stage is have dominion. Having dominion means being the first person people think about when it comes to that. So he gave Coke as an example. Everybody drinks Coke. Well, I don't think everybody drinks Coke, but everybody knows what Coke is. Coca-Cola. So he said, first of all, the fruit, you have a drink, right? So Coke is just like any other beverage or drink. Or, well, not just like, I mean, you know what I mean. It's a drink. It's categorized as a drink. I'm not saying it's the same as every other drink. I'm just saying, so Coke is a drink. Now, someone came up with the formula for Coke, right? Now, that drink was multiplied. How can we get it to different parts of the world? So when you think about multiplication, thank God we're in the internet age. You can ship an order as, you know, with your fruit. So right now as I'm speaking to you, think of your fruit. What is your fruit? What is your fruit? That Coke is multiplied. Comments. Oh, Barrister Rose. I love you. If you go, what? Okay. If you go to where it's already saturated to commence, your business there may likely be no money. Very good and very true, and that's what he said. Come on. Because they have taken up that share of the market. Thank you for that. So you always have to try to go to where it is not saturated. Someone was telling me something about that. You always have to go to where there is a need. Where, more kisses for you. I don't know how to do the hearts here, but more kisses for you. It is different, okay? I'm going to read out her comment. It is different if it's already an established business that just relocated. Your customers may still do business with you if you've proved your worth. So you have to go where you're needed and not stay where it's already saturated. Okay, so yes, so I was saying Miles Monroe's quote from Genesis: be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and have dominion. So I was talking about Coke. Coke is the fruit. Coke is a drink. Coca-Cola. So that is the fruit. Now multiplying means have like a system in place that gives more of those things. More. How can you print? How can you reproduce lots of Coke, right? Then you multiply it. Then you replenish. That means that it's a system. It's a system of doing it. It's a system of moving it from place to place, right? And then have dominion. Dominion means when they think about that sector, it is you they think about first. That's why Coke is popular. Coke is not the only drink, but they dominated that market so much that you can actually say Coke and most people know what you mean. So having dominion means you are the name that first comes up when they think about that sector. So think about what you can do. What is your fruit? What is your fruit that you can bring to the world? Is it a book? Do you want to be a best-selling author? Do you want to be a speaker? Do you think about it as a fruit? Now, how can you get that fruit to multiply? So I know I helped one lady help her testimony to be put in a book, and then we multiplied. We made several copies, and then we just need to think about how to replenish, make there to be a demand for that book, and then you have dominion. So those are the steps. So for me, when I was listening to that message, I'll talk about myself. When I thought about myself, I loved singing. That was my fruit that I could offer. How can I multiply this fruit? I should put it in CDs. I should multiply it. I should do it in such a way that everyone could play it. But of course, CDs are no more in. So multiplication has to go through a different route now. Probably put it on iTunes. I know one of my friends was just talking to me about Audio Mac and different things coming up, Spotify and all that. But the important thing is multiply and then replenish. Have a system of always bringing out music. So I'm so grateful for someone that asked me, when is your new music coming out? Right? Have a system of always bringing out new stuff. And then have dominion so that you are the name that is first thought of in that field. So I don't know, I've given different examples. I gave even food. You can do it with food, like McDonald's. He became a reigning name in his field. So that way you're creating value. People want it. And then at the same time, you're also making money. Oh my goodness, our time is almost up. But I need you guys to talk and I need you guys to make comments. Come on. Who else is here? YouTube have to always show us who's here, because I think in Instagram I can actually see everyone that is on at every given time, but on YouTube I only see the number of people on, but I don't see exactly who is on except you speak. So but yeah, so the art of getting money. Well, who else has comments? Who has a question? So I think first of all is value. We have to think of money as value. Time is money. So if we invest or trade our time for something to make us better, and then we offer that value as a service to people, right? Hey guys, I don't know, this, I love it. I prefer it being interactive, so you guys should ask questions, make comments. Come on, let's do it together. Money making Monday. Yeah, so one other thing I know about money is, well, sometimes when you have a product or a service or something, when you have a product or a service, it's always good to know, is this thing going to be cheap and easily accessible to the whole world, or is it going to be expensive and exotic for a few? When I was in Nigeria, I was privileged to work in a bank called Zenith Bank. Now, Zenith Bank branded themselves in such a way that we are not for the masses. For you to bank with us, you have to be among the elite. So they didn't care that they didn't have lots of customers flocking the banks. They cared that they had quality customers. So they always said something that, okay, and I've said it in our book reviews before. They said 20% of your business gives you 80%. So 20% of the customers will give you 80% of all the money you have, while the whole 80% can give you just 20%. So imagine like our rival bank then was Intercontinental Bank. Now that bank, they had lots of people flock in, like their staff are always fainting under the pressure and but those people come in to drop 1,000 naira, 500 naira. Do you understand? But Zenith Bank, we don't have customers rushing in. But when our customers come, they want to do like in the millions. They do transactions in the millions. So we were less stressed, but we were still making lots of money. So when you are branding your product, or when you are thinking about the product you want to give, the value you want to give, always ask yourself, do I want to be for the masses? Do I want to be easily accessible to everybody? Which is a way to go. Do you understand? It also works, like, because Intercontinental, we're also still making it, but we're making it at more stress, right? You're servicing a lot of people and it's cheap, versus you're servicing a few people and you are charging them a premium, like you're charging them good for the service, but they are also providing you the same money. So you have to weigh and you have to know. No one way is better than the other. It just depends on your strategy, right? And most people will actually prefer cheaper. But for people that are like the elite or people that have the money, they will definitely go for value or something they feel is prestigious to them. So yeah, so you have to know what you want to do in your business. So I'm giving you this because, like, when I came up with my album, at the time in Nigeria, at the time, normal albums then were going out for 100 naira. 100 naira. I don't know where you are or where you're watching from, but that's what it was going for. But I decided that maybe because I worked in Zenith Bank and maybe because I just felt I could try it. Like, there's nothing there, there's no rule. Like, nobody says you can't try something different, and nobody says you can't break the status quo. You have to do something different, you have to try things that are different. I'm all for trying new things, I'm all for exploring, right? Oh my gosh. Our time is up. Our time is up. So I don't know. Next week, Monday, what I'll do is I'll release the book we're gonna read in time. So, but for me, I charge 1,000 naira for my CD, and I got a lot of people getting my CD. So even though I wasn't everywhere, but the people that enjoyed my music, they paid a premium for my music, but it made me less stressed and less pressured to sell my music, because the people that were buying my music appreciated it, and I felt it was worth it. It was art. Like, art, who says what art is $50 or what art is 5 million? It's just the same painting. If you look at it, it's the same canvas, but it's just, I don't know, it's something intangible. All right. I think I have to wrap up here, but thank you so much for joining today. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about beauty and lifestyle. And like I said, I'm also growing, I'm also learning. I'm not saying I'm perfect. That's why I like interactions. So on this note, I'm going to kind of sign out here. Tomorrow I promise to be earlier. I'm sorry, I had some hitches trying to set up and everything, and this is a new platform for me. But thank you all for being here. I always do a shout out at the end for the last people standing. So the only person I know that I saw their comment here was Barrister Rose. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know who else is on here, but thank you so much for joining me today. Wow, what's going on? Okay. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Mwah. Love you so much. Okay, bye now. Bye.